Hello, 7th grade. Today we are going to be moving on in our books. So hopefully you all had a chance to get your book on Monday. If you haven't, now would be a good time to open up to page number 61. So if you need to pause the video to do that, go ahead and do that. Today we're going to be talking about identical triangles. Our goal today is to be able to look at two triangles and know, even if they're oriented differently, if they're twisted or what it may be, that they are identical and that we can make some assumptions based on that. Before we do that, though, we're going to talk about some of these key terms here in the opening, which is when we study triangles, we want to make sure that we can communicate in specific math terms some certain things. So as you can see in these bullet points up here, we have a couple phrases. Between, adjacent to, which is the one that I want to draw your attention to, which really means next to, opposite to, meaning it's the opposite side, or included. So we're going to, using those terms, we're going to take a look at this triangle here. We're going to use the figure triangle ABC to fill in the following blanks. So we want to say angle A, which would be right here, is what to sides A and B? And again, we're using these four terms at the top. So if we look at that right now, we can say that angle A compared to sides AB and AC, which are here and here, we'd say that angle A is between those other two sides. Angle B is what in compared to side AB, which is this one, and BC. So we're looking at angle A. We want to say, where is it in relationship to AB and BC? And we can see that it is kind of, it's not opposite of them. It's not in the middle of them. It really is kind of off to the side or next to it. So we would say that angle B is actually this one up here. Okay. Being right there, kind of next to both of those lines, we would say that angle B is adjacent to side AB and side BC. Number 3 says side AB is what of angle C? So we're looking at side AB, we're looking at angle C. In this case, we'd say because they're on the other side, we'd say that side AB is opposite to angle number C. Okay, as we continue moving down, side what is included is the included side of angle B and angle C. So we're looking at angle B, angle C. Which side would be included by that? And we'd say that it would be this side right here, which is BC. And we put a line over the top of it to make sure that we know that it's a segment. As we look at number 5, which angle is opposite to side AC? Here's side AC. Our opposite angle is going to be angle B. And as we continue moving on, side AB, so we're looking at this side right here, is between what two angles? We'd say it's between angle A and angle B. And our last question in this little activity is looking at what is the included angle of sides AB and BC. AB is here, BC is here. Which angle is included by those? And we'd say it is angle B. Okay, so we kind of got these key terms and this understanding of angles and lengths and different things. Now we want to talk about how we can denote or show that we have triangles that are equal. So we have these two triangles here. We have triangle ABC and triangle XYZ. We want to be able to show, and we want to be able to write it in a way, is that if we were to turn these over on their sides and rotate this triangle, rotate it this way, so it would lay nicely on there. We know that they're identical because it tells us that. But we want to show correspondence, and that's this word right here. And what correspondence means is which point is matching up with which other point. And in this case, when we look at this, we would say that point A, matches up to point X. So we could say and then angle and point B matches to Y, and C matches to Z. And we would write that as triangle ABC corresponds with this little arrow to triangle XYZ. Okay? So we're going to turn the page. We're going to go on to page 63. And we're going to look at this example here. We've got two triangles. And these look more similar than the previous ones. And it tells us here our correspondence is that triangle ABC corresponds with triangle STR. So when we want to talk about what is exactly lining up, we're going to look at a couple things. We're going to start with vertices. Vertices simply are the points. So if I want to say that A corresponds, I'm going to look and see at the order in which these were written and the order in which these were written. Whatever's first here, in case this is A, is going to match up with whatever first is on this one. So in this case, A corresponds with S, and B corresponds, and that's this little sideways arrow here, with T, and C corresponds with R. We just simply are lining up the points. We want to talk about corresponding angles. It's going to look the exact same as this. The only difference is we're going to add angle sign there. So the angle A is going to correspond with angle S. And again, what that's telling us is that this angle and this angle are the same, which if the triangles are identical, makes sense. Correspondence of sides, we're going to simply have to list out a side. So we'll start with AB, which would be this length right here. And we're going to say that's the same, or it corresponds, which is what this little double arrow means, with ST. Then I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to look at sides BC, and that's going to correspond with TR. And then my last side would be side CA, and that's going to correspond with side RS. All it's corresponding is simply the way of telling us that these triangles are identical. Your work that you're going to do on your own is actually the exit ticket, which I can pull up here in just a second. Let me pull that up just so we can talk about it for a second. Pardon the skipping around and technology. It's almost like we're back in class and I didn't have the right thing pulled up. On the exit ticket, and again, I recommend you take a look at this video as we go through. You're going to do these first 6 points here in number 1. We've got 2 triangles, and they tell us the correspondence. Here is ABC is the same as YZX. And so you're going to be looking at, they've given information on each one. So in this case, they've given like the angle measure of C, the length of BC, the length of AC. And if, for example, if you want to find the length of AB, we need to know that that corresponds with side YZ. And I can look, and side YZ is right here, and that length is 3. So I would put a 3 right there. That's what your work is on the exit ticket, to answer those 6 questions in the formative website. If for some reason you have trouble accessing that, you're welcome to do it on this page. Take a picture of it, send it to me via Jupyter, text, whatever it may be, whatever is easier. Reach out if you have any questions. There'll also be a One Khan Academy assignment. Hope to talk to you guys soon. We'll do another live question and answer session on Thursday morning. Look for that note in Google Classroom. Have a great rest of your day.